There were 37,917 crimes in the city of Baltimore, Maryland in 2010. This chart shows this broken down by category in the circle graph below. What category accounts for the most amount of crimes? We can see from our graph that larceny and theft account for 16,298 of the crimes in the city of Baltimore. Therefore, this is our category that has the most amount of crimes. What percent does this represent? So the question is, larceny and theft is what percent of the total crime? We can translate this problem as part is percent of whole. The amount of larceny and theft is given as 16,298 is translate into an equal sign. We don't know our percent, so we use the variable p. Of, we write as a multiplication sign, and the total crime is 37,917. We will solve for p by dividing both sides by 37,917. Using our calculator, we get 0.4298 ... Next, we will change this into a percent by multiplying by 100, which will move the decimal place 2 places to the right. And we get 42.98. The problem says to round to the nearest tenth of a percent. So we will cut the number here. The 8 tells the 9 to go up to a 10. So when the 9 becomes a 10, the 1 from the 10 will be in this place, and we'll add the 1 to the 2, making it a 3. And the 0 will stay a 0, and therefore we have 43%. What percent of the crimes are burglaries? As you can see from our circle graph, burglaries accounted for 7,573 crimes in Baltimore, Maryland. The question then is basically, what percent of crimes are burglaries? We can also simplify this problem as percent of whole is part. We don't know our percent, so we'll use p for that variable. Of, we'll write as a multiplication sign. The whole, or crimes, total crimes, is given as 37,917. Is will translate to an equal sign, and the part is our burglaries, which accounts for 7,573. We need to solve for p, so we will divide both sides by 37,917. Using our calculator, we get p equals 0.1997 ... We need to change this decimal then into a percent by multiplying by 100, which will move the decimal point 2 places to the right, giving us 19.972 ... The problem says to round to the nearest tenth of a percent, so we will cut the number here. The 7 tells the 9 to go up to a 10, which will round this 9 up to a 10, and the 10 will then round this to a 2. So we get 20.0%.